Assalamu alaikum. I am Amiyo Bhattacharjee. I will take higher mathematics second paper class today. I will discuss some MCQs on complex number. I think all of you will cooperate. Dear students, complex number. Okay, let's discuss about complex number. This is 1, 2, 3. I have written just 3 numbers, 1, 2 and 3. So what does it mean? If it is not given, these 3 numbers are used here just for counting. If you write suppose 3 kg, it means something. 3 liter, it means something. So, now if we write a number, a point 2,3, where it is, suppose it is 2,3, 1, 2, 3, it is 2,3, is it? So, it is a real straight line, one dimensional, but now it is 2 dimensionals, 2,3, and we know this is 2 and this is 3. You know this can be written as 2 plus 3i. This 2,3 point can be written as 2 plus 3i. How does it come? What is I? I is the first letter of imaginary. It is the unit of complex number whose value is root over -1. For real number, what is the unit? For real number, unit is 1. And for complex number, unit is I, whose value is root over -1. From the origin, we have gone up to 2. This is the real axis. The I operator along y-axis at imaginary axis has been taken as I. Now, suppose a number 3. We know that complex number is z x plus iy, condition x comma y belongs to R. The question is 3 a complex number? Yes, 3 is a complex number because 3 can be written as 3 plus I into 0, where 3 comma 0 belongs to R. 5, yes, 5 plus I into 0. X plus iy, x plus iy. So all the numbers all the real numbers are also complex number. The fact is that all real numbers are complex numbers, but all complex numbers are not real. Suppose this is 3i, this is 3. If we multiply it by I, then we will get 3i. Suppose it is 3i. Why I have written 3i here? Can you tell me? Just tell me why I have written 3i here. Who can tell me why I have written 3i here? What is meant by 3i? At first, we have to know 3i. It can be written 0 plus I into 3, where x equals to 0. This point is 0, 3. This point is 0, 3. This point is 3, 0. 3 means what? 3 means 3 plus I dot 0. I into 0. So this point is 3, 0, and this point is 0, 3. As I told you earlier, a point 2, 3 means 2 plus 3i. So a point 3 means this can be written as 3 plus 0 into I. A point 3i means it can be written 0 plus I into 3, right? It means 0, 3, right? 0, 3, and it means 3, 0. Have you seen? Anyway, you know what is the inner meaning here? It is that if any number is multiplied by I repeat, if any real number or any number is multiplied by I, then it rotates an angle of 90 degree. Of course, anti-clockwise. It rotates an angle of 90 degree. Suppose here it was 3, I have multiplied by I, then it is 3i. What is the angle between them? 90 degree. Okay. You know this is minus 3. So if I multiply 3i again by I repeat, if I multiply this 3i again by I, then we will get 3i square. It is 3i square. You know I equals to root over minus 1. So I square equals to minus 1. So 3i square means 3 into minus 1, that is minus 3. I've got the definition of I. If any number is multiplied by I, then it rotates an angle of 90 degree. Of course, anti-clockwise. This was 3, I have multiplied by I, then the angle is 90 degree. This is 3i, I have multiplied this 3i by I to get 3i square. Again you see it is also another 90 degree, and 3i square means what? Minus 3, because I square equals to minus 1. Interesting fact is that, you know, if it is 3i, then it should be definitely minus 3i. It is 3i, so it should be minus 3i. As it is 3, it is minus 3. Now, if we multiply this 3i square by I, then we will again get 3i cube another 90 degree. If we multiply this 3i cube by I, then we will get 3i4. Okay, so I want to show you it again. Okay, see. Suppose this is 1 and I have to multiply it by I, so it will be 1 into I, that is I, by I we have to multiply it again, so it will be I square, it is I cube, it is again I4, it is again I5, it is again I6, it is again I7, it is again I8, it is again I9, it is again I to the power 10, it is I to the power 11, in this way. Have you seen? This was 1 I, this I has been multiplied by I to get I square, I cube, I4. Again I5, this is I5, I6, I7, I8, I9, I10, I11. Okay, now we see that it is I4, I8. Anyway, what is the value of I8? I8. You divide 8 by 4. Always it is to be divided by 4. So 8 divided by 4 means what? The quotient is 2 and remainder is 0. The quotient is 2 but the remainder is 0. We have to focus on the remainder, not on the quotient. So what is the remainder? Remainder is 0. So here every value will be I to the power 0 means what? 1. So value of I to the power 4 is 1. Value of I to the power 8 is 1. Suppose here it is 9. We divide 9 by 4. What is the remainder? 1. So the result is I to the power 1. All are equal to I to the power 1. Similarly here, if we divide 6 by 4, the remainder will be 2. If we divide 10 by 4, the remainder will be 2. So everywhere we will get I square. The power of I will be the remainder. Suppose this is 11. We divide 11 by 4. What is the remainder? 3. This is 3. I3. And you know this is I, so it will be minus I. This is I square, it is equal to minus 1. So what you are getting? I minus I, right? I minus I, it is 1, it is minus 1. Suppose the question may be answered like this: what is I to the power 501? What will you do? Will you divide 501 by 4? Just in class 6 or 7, you did some maths on divisibility. Which number can be divisible by 4? What is the formula? If last 2 digits is divisible by 4, then the whole number is divisible by 4. If we divide the last two digits by 4, the remainder you will get. If you divide the whole number by 4, you will get the same remainder. That means if we divide 1 by 4, then the remainder will be 1. What is meant by this? It can be written I to the power 500 into I to the power 1. So I to the power 500, you will omit it, so the result is I. As for example, suppose I to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, suppose 7. A number is written. I to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the last two digits, 67 divided by 4. Last two digits are 6 and 7. So the number is here 67 divided by 4. 4 16s are 64, carries 3. So its value is I to the power 3, that means minus I. Have you got it? Next, what is 1 by I? What is the value of 1 by I? Answer me. Value of 1 by I. What is the value of 1 by I? Can you write me? 1 by I, we multiply both numerator and denominator by I. So it will be I square, right? That means I by minus 1. The result is minus I. It is the important part. 1 by I equals to minus I. Suppose, and 1 by I means what? I to the power minus 1. Okay. Now find the value of I to the power minus 49. You find it. What is the result of I to the power minus 49? I didn't get any of you to write the answer. I to the power 49. I to the power minus 49. Okay. None of you answered it. It can be written 1 by I to the power 49. Now 49, we divide 49 by 4 to get the remainder as by 1. So we can write 1 by I power 1. I to the power 1 means I. And we again know 1 by I is equal to minus I. So equals to minus I. You know, this math was given in the BUET admission test. I to the power minus 49 equals to minus I. Now it is your turn to do I to the power minus 102. What is the result? Find out. It can be written as by 1 by I to the power 102. That means 1 by, if 102 is divisible by 4, then we get 2 as remainder. That is 1 by I square. I square equals to minus 1. So that is 1 by minus 1. So the result is minus 1. I square equals to minus 1. Suppose I to the power 0, I to the power 1, I to the power 2, I to the power 3 equals to what? What is the result? Its result is I to the power 0 equals to 1. This is I square equals to minus 1, and I cube equals to minus I. So the result is 0. Similarly, if I give you I to the power 2, I to the power 3, I to the power 4, I to the power 5 equals to what? What is the result? Can you tell me? What is the result? It is your turn to answer. I square equals to minus 1. What? I cube equals to minus I to the power 4 equals to 1, and I to the power 5, I to the power 5 means I square, minus 1 minus I plus I square equals to minus 1. So we are I square equals to 1. I'm sorry here. I'm sorry. It is I to the power I only I. Sorry, it is only I. 5 is divided by 4 to get the remainder 1. 1 means I to the power 1. The remainder will be the power of I. If any number is divided by 4, then the remainder will be power of I. So it is plus. We see minus I plus I are omitted, minus 1 plus 1 are omitted, answer is 0. What we have come to know? If 4 numbers having, definitely base I, having their powers consecutive numbers, then the value is always 0. Have you got me? Here the power was 0, 1, 2, 3, consecutive 4 numbers. Summation is 0. Here the power is 2, 3, 4, 5, consecutive 4 numbers. So their summation is 0. Another example. Suppose I to the power 99, I to the power 100, I to the power 101, I to the power 102. What is the answer? If we divide it by 4, then we will get I to the power 424 is 96. The remainder is 3. Here, remainder is 0. Here, remainder is 1. Here, the remainder is 2. What is I cube? I cube equals to minus 1. This is I. This is again, I to the power 0 equals to 1. It is I to the power 1 means I square equals to minus 1. I cube equals to minus I. I have written I cube equals to minus I to the power 0 equals to 1, something to the power 0 equals to 1, I to the power 1 means I, okay. So the result is 0. Okay. Now, if you are given the math like this, I plus I square I to the power 3, I to the power suppose 102. What is the result? Can you tell me? I square I cube plus dot 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 up to 102. What will be their summation? Can you tell me? Okay, write me. What will be their summation? Okay, at first you see how many numbers are there. At first you have to find out. It starts with 1, I to the power 1. So 1 to 102, there are 102 numbers. So you just omit the last 100. Last 100 means 0, because it is the multiple of 4. So sum of last 100 terms here is 0. Actually, there are 100 terms here. Starting from 3 to 102, there are 100 terms, and its result is, its summation is 0. So it is I plus I square, that is I minus 1. This is the answer. Okay. 3 to 102. From 3 to 102, there are 100 terms. And they are consecutive 100 terms. So their sum will be 0. So we are left with only this. And the result is I minus 1. Now, we know z equals to x plus iy. That's good. So, it is suppose x comma y. It also means x plus iy. We are getting, this is x and this is y. And it is integrated by r. So by Pythagoras theorem we get r equals to root over x square plus y square. Okay. So this is called the modulus. So modulus z is equal to root over x square plus y square. That means if z is to x plus iy, then this is equal to root over x square plus y square. That is good. Okay. Now, what is meant by z minus 1? Z equals to x plus iy. Very good. So, value of z is x plus iy. You have to get the real numbers at a time. then we can write x minus 1 whole square plus y square. Is it? Yes, it is. What is meant by this? Can you tell me? What does it mean? X minus 1 whole square plus y square. Okay. Let's think. X minus 1 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. Can you write? Yes, we can write. It means absolute value of z minus 1 means any point 1, 0, this is a point 1, 0, and a moving point anywhere is x, y. So the distance between this 1, 0 and x, y is this. If we find the distance, then we will get root over x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. So z minus 1, absolute value of z minus 1 means it is a distance of the point, of the moving point x, y from 1, 0. Is it? That's good. Suppose you are again given z minus 3 equal to z minus 5. What is meant by this? Z minus 3 equals to z minus 5, absolute value. Can you tell? Z minus 3 means what? The distance of xy from the point 3, 0. That means a point 3, 0, it is 5, 0. The distance of z minus 3 means, absolute value of z minus 3 means the distance of the moving point xy from 3, 0. I repeat, z minus 3, that is it will be 3, 0. Z minus 5, it will be 5, 0. I showed you earlier. So the distance of the point x, y from 3, 0 is equal to the distance of the point 5, 0 from x, y are equal. So suppose it is a midpoint 4, 0. Suppose. So this distance and this distance will be equal. Now, if a line is drawn like this, any point on this line, from any point of this line, if we take two lines, then they will be equal. Suppose this is xy, this distance and this distance will be equal. They will be equal. All will be equal. So what is meant by this? That it is the locus of a straight line. It is the locus of a straight line. Okay. Now, if you are given to do this math, then what will you do? Suppose z equals to x plus iy, so that is x plus iy minus 3 equals to x plus iy minus 5. So here we get x minus 3 plus iy is equal to, here we get x minus 5 plus iy. It means root over x minus 3 square plus y square is equal to root over x minus 5 whole square plus y square. And if the square roots are cancelled, then we will be left with x square minus 6x plus 9 plus y square equal to x square minus 25, minus 10x plus 25 plus y square. From both the sides we get x square y square cancelled, and we will be left minus 6x plus 9 minus 10x plus 25. That is minus 6x, that means what? Here calculation is 4x, and here it is 16, so x equals to 4. It is a straight line equation. It is an equation of a straight line. Can you remember please? I showed you it is 3, 0, it is 5, 0, so this was 4, 0, so this line is x, 4, x equals to 4. So seeing any equation, we can tell that yes, it is the locus of a straight line or circle or anything else. If you are given like this, z minus 3 equals to 5, what is this? Actually, what is meant by this? This is the distance of the moving point xy from 3, 0 is always fixed as by 5. From the point 3, 0, z minus 3, it means the distance of the point x, y from the point 3, 0. That means from any point 3, 0, this is 3, 0, so distance is always 5. That means any point has been taken, and from here this is 5, this is 5, all are 5. These are x, y, these are x, y, all are x, y. So we can draw a circle. So this is the equation of a circle. And you know how to form a circle. Okay. Z equal to x plus iy, and this is equal to 0. What is the locus of the path? Tell me. Z equals to x plus iy and absolute value of z equals to 0. What is the locus? Okay, it implies that x square root over x square plus y square equals to 0. That is x square plus y square equals to 0. You know whose equation is this? Whose equation is this? It is a point circle. It's a point circle. What is point circle? Having radius 0 and whose center is at the origin. This is a point. This is a point. It doesn't have any radius. It doesn't have any length, breadth and height. So it is any lengthless. That means it doesn't have any radius. Radius is 0. That is, we can write here 0 square, right? So point, it is a point. So points, equation of point circle is x square. It is important. It is an important MCQ for you. Z equals to x plus iy. Absolute value of z equals to 0. So what will be its locus? Okay, it's a point circle. It's a point circle. In your book, there is a math that is z equal to x plus iy and z minus 8 plus z plus 8 equals to 20. What is its locus? Suppose this math is given in the MCQ examination. What will be its locus? What will be your answer? Can you tell me? What will be your answer? Okay. It is actually 2 points here. One of them is 8, 0 and the other one is minus 8, 0, right? So the distance between these 2 points is 16. Okay? Is it? Okay. If this 20 is greater than 16, see, if this 20 is greater than 16, then it's a parabola. For the first year students, you have not yet been taught the maths from physics, so it may be a little bit hard for you. Suppose this math is given like this, in this way, z minus 8, z plus 8 is equal to 10. Here we get this 10 less than 16. Then it is a hyperbola. Area of a triangle having vertices z, iz and z plus iz equals to what? Do it. Can you do it? See, suppose this is z, obviously absolute value of z. What is iz? If we multiply this z by I, then we will get iz. And as I told you earlier, multiplying any number by I, it means that it rotates an angle of 90 degree. So suppose it is 90 degree. So this is iz. Okay, like this. Now we can make a parallelogram. A parallelogram can be formed whose resultant will be this point, that is z plus iz. This is the resultant. Now, what is the area? This is z, so this is z. and this is Iz. What is the area? Area will be, you know, it is a right angle triangle. So half into base into height. That is half into Z into Z. We know that 5i equals to 5 for a kind information. So Iz equals to Z. So it is half Z square. This is the area. Okay. Suppose any point P x comma y, this is y, this is x, suppose this is theta and this is r. So what you get here, sin theta equals to y by r, that is y equal to r sin theta cos theta equals to x by r, so x equal to r cos theta. Now what is z? Z equal to x plus iy. X means what? R cos theta plus I, y means what? R sin theta. Okay. So I can take R common here. So cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. Here modulus Z equals to R, argument Z equals to theta. Right? We all know it. Suppose Z equals to, it is given like this, root over 2 cos pi by 4 I sin pi by 4, and you are told to find here the modulus and argument. The modulus and argument. See, I have written modulus equals to R. So its modulus equals to R means here 2, and argument Z equals to pi by 4. What is principal argument? Principal argument. This is theta, this is y, this is x. So here angle theta equals to what? Theta equals to tan inverse. Is it? That's good. Here theta equals to what? It is also theta equals to tan inverse y by x, but this is pi. This is pi. Here tan inverse y by x. Here it is pi. Up to this it is pi, right? And from pi we have to subtract. We have to subtract this theta. Theta means tan inverse y by x. Okay? Have you got it? This is pi. From pi, this angle is to be subtracted. Suppose this angle, similarly, this is pi plus tan inverse y by x. Now, if I consider it from this way, that is not anti-clockwise but clockwise, this is pi, that is minus pi, then again anti-clockwise. Then again anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means what? It will be addition. In this way. So any of these two can be written. And here it is very easy and simple. 2 pi minus tan inverse y by x. What is principal argument? Principal argument. Minus pi less than theta less than equal to pi. This is called principal argument. As between this, then it is a principal argument. Suppose we have to find modulus and argument z equals to 1 plus root over 3i. What is to do, you know? Take 2 common, half root 3 by 2i, that is 2, half means what? Cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. So here modulus is equal to 2, argument equals to pi by 3. But we have to know a formula, cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n equals to what? Is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Please write this formula. If a math is given to determine the modulus and argument, 100, what we should do? That is, 2 can be taken common, half plus root 3i by 2 whole to the power 100, right? That is equal to 2 to the power 100 half plus root 3 by 2i whole to the power 100. Now we can apply the formula, that formula, cos n theta. Oh, before that, this is cos pi by 3 I sine pi by 3 whole to the power 100. Now see what is the formula. Cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n equals to cos n theta equals to cos n theta. N equals to what? 100. Theta equals to pi by 3. So cos 100 theta, 100 pi by 3. I sin 100 theta, so 100 pi by 3. 100 pi by 3. So from here we can find the modulus z equals to 2 to the power 100 and argument z equals to 100 pi by 3. Suppose this is I, we have got it pi by 2, this is I square, another pi by 2, this is I cube, another pi by 2, this is I4, another pi by 2, right? That I taught you earlier. So argument of I, what is the argument of I? Argument of I is pi by 2. Argument of I square equals to, it is wholly and fully pi. Pi means what? 2 pi by 2. That is argument of I cube equals to what? 3 pi by 2. 3 into pi by 2. Argument I4 equals to 4 into pi by 2. You see the interesting fact, it follows by formula of log. Log means what? When we use logarithm, log m equals to what? N log m, right? That is, this is power 4, so 4. This is power 3, so 3. This is power 2, so it is 2. Like this, huh? As for example, it is 4 argument I means pi by 2. What is meant by this? 4 argument I means pi by 2. 3 argument I means what? Pi by 2. 2 argument 2 will be at first power 2. 2 argument I means pi by 2. As I told you earlier. Say, if any number is multiplied by I, it rotates 90 degree, of course anti-clockwise. Suppose argument Z1 into Z2. Formula is argument Z1 plus argument Z2. Because we know the formula log m into n equals to log m plus log n in this way. Suppose you are given argument Z1 by Z2. It means argument Z1 minus argument Z2. Like the formula log m divided by n equals to log m minus log n, in this way. So you have to get all those formulas. Now argument z to the power n equals to what? That is the question. Very good. n argument z, okay, n argument z. Now what is the log m to the power n equals to n log m, in this way. So the formulas to determine the arguments is followed by the formulas of logarithm. Now we have to get some maths like this. Suppose 1 plus I by 1 minus I equals to what? What will you do? You will multiply both the side, both denominator and numerator by 1 plus I, in this way. So in the numerator we will get this formula, okay, that is 1 plus 2i plus I square, and here 1 plus minus I square equals to minus 1 to plus 1. That is 1 plus 2i minus 1 by 2. So we will get I. So the value of 1 plus I by 1 minus I is equal to I. What is the value of 2i, root over 2i? Well, 2i equals to what? We can write 1 plus 2i minus 1, that is 1 plus 2i I square equals to minus 1. So we get 1 plus I whole square, that is root over 2i is equal to plus minus 1 plus I. Okay. If you are told to determine the value of root over minus 2i, okay, minus 2i. So minus 2i also can be written 1 minus 2i minus 1. That is 1 minus 2i plus I square. It is 1 minus I whole square. Therefore, minus 2i square root will be equal to plus minus 1 minus I. What is the value of I what is the value of this? Can you find it? Can you find it? Suppose it can be done in two ways. Is equal to a square plus 2 ab plus b square, right? A plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So it is I. It is 2 root over I into minus I, that is minus I square. A square root and 2 will be omitted to have only minus I I and minus I will be omitted, and we will get 2. This is I square minus 1. So this is 1. So answer is 2. Right? This I minus I will be omitted, and I square equals to minus 1. So minus I square equals to minus 1, and minus into minus 1. That is 1. Okay. Therefore, root over I plus root over minus I equals to plus minus root over 2. That's the answer. Now, let us do some maths from the book. Minus 81 equals to what? What will you do? Let x equals to this, then x to the power 4 equals to minus 81. What is the degree here? Here the degree is 4. So we must have 4 values. We must have the 4 values of x. So it can be written x to the power 4 equals to 81 I square. As we know, I square equals to minus 1. So that is x square equals to plus minus 9i. That means 9 by 2 plus minus 2y. This 2 will be omitted. 9 by 2, 1 plus minus 2y minus 9 by 2, 1 plus minus 2y plus I square. 9 by 2, 1 plus minus I whole square. Okay. So we are getting x equals to plus minus 3 by root over 2, 1 plus minus I. Another math from the book to determine the square root of minus 7 plus 24i. Minus 7 plus 24i. Suppose this math is given in the MCQ examination, then what will you do? Okay? Okay. Suppose minus 7 plus 24i. At first, what will you do? You know, this 24 you will divide it by 2. Then what will be left? 12. What will be the quotient? 12. 12, 12, 12. That means 12 means what? 12 is the product of 3 and 4. Where 3 and 4 7. Have you got me? I repeat, this 24i, where there is I, you will divide it by 2. Okay? That means we are getting 12. So 12 is the product of 3 and 4, as well as if we add 3 and 4, we will get 7. So what is 3 and 4? Its square is 3 square 9 and 4 square is 16. Okay. So what we can do, this is 9, this is 24i and this is minus 16. Have you seen? 9 minus 16 equals to minus 7. Now 9 plus 24i, this is plus 16i square, and it is the formula of square plus 2ab. B is what? 4i whole square. That is 3 plus 4i. As I told you, 3 and 4. Therefore, root over minus 7 plus 24i is equal to plus minus 3 plus 4i. Every math can be done like this. Another important math is given. Suppose here it is minus 8 minus 6 root over minus 1. Minus 8 minus 6 root over minus 1. Actually, minus 8 minus 6 root over minus 1, that means minus 8 minus 6i. Okay. We have to divide 6 by 2 to get 3. So 3, that means 3 multiples of 3 are 3 and 1. So it is 3 square, 9, and 1 square equals to 1. So we can do like this: 1 minus 6i minus 9. Have you seen what I have done? 1 minus, this is, at first what will we do? We will divide 6 by 2. We will divide 6 by 2 to get 3. Okay. So 3, product of 3 and 1 is 3. 3 square 9, 1 square 1. In this way you have to get it in the exam. Okay. 3 and 1. So we can write here 1 minus 6i plus 9i square. That is 1 minus 3i whole square. Formula. Whole square formula. Therefore, minus 8 minus 6 root over minus 1 is square root is equal to plus minus 1 minus 3i. That is the answer. In this way, some maths also can be done like this. Suppose you are told to determine x square minus 1 equals to 0. What is the value of x? Yes, it is possible for you. X square equals to 1, x equals to plus minus 1. That's good. But if you are given like this, then the a square number cannot be negative, right? Okay. So what will you do? Square equals to what? Minus 1 equals to I square. So x equals to plus minus I. So you have to find these values like this. Now root over root cube I equals to what? Root cube I equals to what? What will you do? Let x equals to root over root cube I. That means x cube equals to I. So we can write x cube equals to I means what? Minus I cube equals to minus I. I cube equals to minus I. So I equals to minus I cube. X cube plus I cube equals to 0. A cube plus B cube is corollary. A plus B into x square minus AB plus B square equals to 0. Okay. That means x plus I minus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, x plus I equals to 0. Here we are getting x equals to minus I. And here x square minus xi minus 1 equals to 0. So x equals to what? Minus b. Minus b means I. Plus minus b square. That is b square minus 4ac by 2. So I plus minus root over, it is I square plus 4 by 2. I plus minus, it is what? I square equals to minus 1. Minus 1 plus 4, that is root over 3. So what we have got? We have got 3 values of x. Minus 1, I plus root 3 by 2 and I minus root 2. As the power was 3, so we have got the 3 values. So dear students, thank you that you were with me. No more today. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.